good evening and welcome to Hill Stadium on the campus of Thorn Academy. I'm Zach Tarenko alongside Cole Purvis and Troy Bolduck for our second student-only broadcast of the year. We have Josh Pulse for hanging out with us right now, but it is a student-only broadcast for tonight, our second of the year for girls lacrosse. It's Thorn Academy versus the visiting team, the Bonny Eagle Scots. It's going to be an interesting matchup between these two teams. Tonight is the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital donation night for the Thorn Academy Golden Trojans. The boys had this game a few nights ago. It was a great success. And having it now for the girls tonight. It's still light outside. It won't get dark until about 8 or 8:30, so later in this game. But it will be a good one. Cole, it's definitely been an interesting season for the girls team. Started 1-2, but have kind of worked their way back into this season. What have you seen from this team so far?
They've been a very competitive team all season long. Aside from that blowout loss to Kennebunk, their other two losses were by only one goal. So they've been in pretty much every game that they've played. Coach Agressi has his team playing very, very well. Of course, they're led by Morgan Bolduck, who's one of the most dynamic scorers in the SMAA. They have some other playmakers around here that they hope to get going tonight. And we'll see how the weather affects both teams. But girls lacrosse, really about speed. If TA can turn this into a track meet and play well in the first half, they should be able to run away with this game against a Bonny Eagle team that's only won 2 games all year. So good chance for Coach Agressi's team to put another W up on the board.
Yeah, Trojans scored a lot of goals in their games this year. In wins, they have 12 goals, 17, 11, 15, 11, and 11. So 11 is that pretty much their lucky number so far. Bonny Eagle, on the other hand, has given up 10 or more goals in 6 games this season and has been held to under 5 goals 5 times this season. So not the greatest offense, and their defense has struggled at times, but Bonny Eagle's trying their best to stay in this season, and they're trying to give Thorn Academy a run for their money tonight. You're most likely to see a decent Thorn Academy team, no injuries, nothing like that. We look at their players. Morgan Bolduck, more than 30 goals this season. Our numbers are a little up and down just because statistics are a little hard to find. But we do know that in a win over South Portland this year, she hit 100 career goals for girls lacrosse, which is a huge feat for her. And she has very much surpassed that number now, close to about 120, I believe. She's having a great season. Natalie Hilton has 10 goals as well this season. Benoit Littlefield and Emma Bussino have also been great offensive players for the Trojans. Before we go any further, I want to thank our sponsors here on TATV. I want to thank Saco and Bedford Savings, Paquin and Carroll Insurance, and the Webb Family Law Firm who hosts our pregame and postgame show. As you said, Cole, it's a little bit windier today on the field. It's also kind of windy up here because we're high in the bleachers. A bit of a change in the last few games, the last few days as well. They've been very nice and warm.
Yeah, we've had a lot of nice days in a row here in Saco, but now it's getting a little bit cold for the next few days, so we'll see how the teams respond to that.
And now we will have the national anthem here at Hill Stadium. To get going here from Hill Stadium. Again, I'm Zach Tarenko alongside Cole Purvis and Troy Bolduck here on TATV. Bring you girls varsity lacrosse. Again, TA comes in 6-3. Bonny Eagle 2-7. TA looking to extend on their recent win over Sanford, where Bolduck had 7 goals. 3 losses this year for the Trojans. 2 of them were by a close score. They lost 8-7 to Portland and 11-10 to Marshwood. The other one was a loss 18-3 to Kennebunk and Cole. We were talking a little bit about this before. Kennebunk having just a historic season. One of the best teams in the nation this year.
Just a powerhouse of a team, and I would be shocked if they're not at Fitzpatrick Stadium later in the season for the state championship. They've just ran right through everybody in the South, and definitely got the best of TA. Bonny Eagle, a team that on paper it looks like TA should take care of if they can get off to a good start.
If you haven't already checked out our recent episode of Trojan Talk, we suggest you do so. Cole and Mr. Pulsfer and I all talked a lot about professional sports as well as TA sports. Had some debates about the Celtics and the Boston Bruins. We were talking about whether or not Boston would come back against Philadelphia, and they did. But the Warriors, Cole, unfortunately did not. They lost to the Los Angeles Lakers, who are now playing the Nuggets.
Yeah, and after watching that game last night, makes me feel a little bit better about the Warriors losing, because we would have gotten killed by Jokic and the Nuggets. That's a conversation for later.
The face-off here, a little different than boys lacrosse. The 2 players stand up rather than the ball being dropped in the ground. And here goes the Trojans. Their first offensive attempt. Now with its Bolduck. Bolduck quickly inside. Her shot is just wide. First to it is Bonny Eagle, and they'll take over possession. Good chance for Bolduck to start the game.
Yeah, they're being aggressive right off of the opening face-off. Morgan Bolduck taking it right down the lane. A little bit off on the shot. See if Bonny Eagle can take advantage of this first possession, trying to take a lead in a game that they are certainly the underdogs in.
Girls lacrosse also different than boys lacrosse in that we have 2 halves instead of 4 quarters. 2 halves of 25 minutes here. It's a long throw to midfield. First to pick it up is Hannah Cook for the Trojans, a senior defender. And now here go the Trojans back up the field. They'll slow it down. No need to force anything early in this game. Hand it off to Gabby Dyer on the far side. Girls lacrosse, a systematic sport. Gotta set it up in a certain position. Get the good shots off.
Not as much hitting as boys lacrosse, so like I said in the open, lots of speed in this game. It's all about speed, and whichever team can run the field better will have a big advantage in terms of offense.
Here's they'll call it a free chance attempt. This one for Amelia Benoit. Quick shot by Benoit, and a save there by the Bonny Eagle keeper. The short end of the stick.
Great start by the Bonny Eagle defense. 2 good shots on goal for TA. Nothing to show for it on the scoreboard.
Be another free position attempt for the Trojans. Here's Ada Littlefield. She'll run in, gets past 2 defenders, shoots. Shot was too far down. Went over the net, and Bonny Eagle defender there, trying to be the first one to it.
A little bit of a different strategy on that free position attempt. Didn't shoot it right away. Stayed patient, got closer to the net, and got a better look. But Bonny Eagle still holding their ground.
Here's Bolduck with speed, shoots and scores. Bolduck scored the goal, but I guess they called the foul before she had finished the shot. So she'll get a free position attempt. Just to the right of the yellow half circle. Bolduck's got her stick down, so she'll run in. And that's an easy shot over the goal. So she finishes that one off for the first goal of the day for the Trojans. An early lead just about 3 minutes into the game.
Sure, we'll see a lot of that the rest of the evening. Bulldog so dangerous, moving to the middle of the field, running to her right. That's the reason she's been able to produce so much offense for TA this year.
Back to the face-off. Bulldog. For the Trojans. And for Bonny Eagle, it's Catherine Fullerton. High up in the air and quickly into the pocket of the stick of Benoit. Benoit slows down and gives it back off to Bulldog. Bulldog really running the offense this year. Good move by Bulldog, another shot. And a great save there by the Bonny Eagle keeper. Right in the pocket. It's a good shot originally. It's a good chance for Bonny Eagle to kind of break out.
When Bonny Eagle gets a chance in their zone, shots are going to be at a premium for them. We don't know how many they're going to get, so they have to make sure that they get the best one, the best look possible to put one into the net.
Maddie Hamilton, the save for the Scots. And now Bonny Eagle in their first real offensive possession of the day. Or the night, I should say, as it's still a little sunny out, but the lights will be coming on soon here at Hill Stadium. Violation on the Trojans. Let us know where you're watching from on Facebook. We'll try to give you a shout out on air. I already have a couple of comments from people that we may or may not know, but we'll leave those for a little bit later. It's a chance now for Emily Winslow. Winslow looking inside. Good pass over the goal, just over the bar. That was a good shot there. That came in from Peyton Cobb.
Good job just centering the ball there for Bonny Eagle. A great opportunity, even if it didn't go.
Scoop pass back out, now trying to run in. Here's Charlotte McAvoy. You see the team kind of setting up, letting one of the players go by themselves. An interesting tactic there. All the players kind of shuffled over, trying to move the defense out, but the Trojans read that one well. Zoe Layler had that one for the Scots. And Layler now with a chance at a free position attempt, and a good save there by Jasmine Goff for the Trojans. And now Benoit will take it out. Benoit with some speed. Crosses the 20-yard line. Quick pass off. Here's Natalie Hilton, the junior for the Trojans. Hilton trying to get inside. Good defense by the Lady Scots. And they'll swing it around now. Back out to Bulldog. Bulldog now looking to run in, but rethinks it. And gives it off to Bussino. Here's Bulldog. Good move. Shot. That's wide behind the net. Picked up by Benoit. Benoit back out to Bulldog. Good turn by Bulldog. And that was actually Bussino. Inside Bulldog now to Hilton. Hilton shoots and scores. It's goal number 2 for the Trojans. Good passing play. Bulldog picks up an assist and is now 2-0 Trojans. Good work there by Thorne Academy. 18:33 to go in the first half.
They'll be able to break it open here if they can keep firing away from point-blank range like they just did. Good job running your offense. The percentage in terms of the shots that have gone in so far hasn't been great for them, but they've had so many chances that it's hard for the Bonny Eagle keeper to stop all of these attempts by TA.
Face off now. High in the air. And Benoit's able to pick it up. Benoit, quick handoff to Bolduck. Great pass. Bolduck, another short pass. Hilton, a great save there from Hamilton. Great passing and just a great shutdown play there for Maddie Hamilton of Bonny Eagle. Now Bissonneau back over to Bolduck. Good move, Bolduck. Can't get a shot off. Those are high in the air. Taken away now by Bonny Eagle. And here comes the quick counterattack.
Great pressure by Bonny Eagle's defense, just getting in Bolduck's face. Makes her throw a pass that didn't have a ton of heat on it and was easy to pick off for the defender.
Foul on Littlefield. Comes Bonny Eagle.
They're going to have trouble in transition all day as you see TA takes away the turnover there. Great transition defense by the Trojans in the middle of the field, getting these possessions back, not letting Bonny Eagle deep into their zone.
Rachel Malindi picks it up for the Trojans. Now Bissonneau on the far side of the field, crossing the 30-yard line. Trying to look inside. Malindi didn't make the cut. So ball will be taken behind the net. A lot of movement by the Trojans. Now to Bolduck. Bolduck shot just wide. Hamilton may have gotten a piece of it there.
Yeah, I think she did. And great start for Bonny Eagle's keeper. Withstood a lot of shot attempts by TA.
Here's a good move inside and a score. Somewhat of a jumping shot there over Maddie Hamilton. Scored by, I believe, Littlefield. Numbers a little tough to see on these specialty jerseys for the girls' team. Yes, it was Littlefield. Littlefield's first. And the third of the game for the Trojans. Tia going through the motions right now, nothing different. See Jeff Christianberry is watching from Northport, Florida. And he did have to mention it was warm and sunny. Thank you, Jeff. You know, I would rather be sitting here up in the cold than in sunny Florida right now.
The comments will get more and more toxic as the game goes on, I bet. He keeps it nice for now in the first half. But
he enjoys reminding us that he is always in Florida with nice weather. But other than today, Cole, I mean, the weather has been really solid.
it has, and in a couple weeks it'll be warm again, and he'll be frying in Florida. Well, it's not perfect up here. 75 degrees and sunny instead of like 100 in Florida.
Yeah, that nice 75 with a light breeze is best time of the year, really in late May, early June. As you said, Florida gets super hot, especially the part of Florida that Jeff's in. Here goes Bolduck. Another great save there from Hamilton. Hamilton having herself a game so far. Just about 10 minutes into the game. T still has a 3-0 lead, though. A couple of good attempts that Hamilton hasn't been able to stop.
Yeah, and as you said, it could be much worse than just a 3-0 lead. Great half so far for Bonny Eagle's keeper.
There's a good pass inside. Hilton, underhand shot. Was just short. Hamilton might have gotten a piece of it. First to it is Littlefield. Littlefield, I'm going to say she was out of bounds. So Bonny Eagle will take over. Good defense from Hannah Cook, causing that breakup, and Bolduck picks it up. Bolduck with speed now. But she will step back and restart for the Trojans on offense. They'll take their time. As mentioned before, the jerseys that the girls team is wearing are thanks to the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital. They raise money and donate it to the Children's Hospital. There's a good goal there from the Trojans. That was Bissonneau with the goal.
Yeah, these alternate jerseys are awesome. The boys wear them too, of course. Had their blackout game week ago tonight against York. That was a big win.
Boys team also won yesterday 13-2
Yep.
over Scarborough. The boys team's having a good year. The only really downside of their season so far is losing to Cape Elizabeth twice. After losing them early in the season 7-4, they were hoping to get that win at Cape Elizabeth last week, but lost 13-7. Quickly inside, here's Benoit. Passes it off to Hilton. But they'll now get a free position attempt now.
Yeah, I wasn't at that Cape TA game, but I heard they played with them for the first 3 quarters or so, and then Keegan Lathrop, the star for Cape, just took over the game.
And there's another goal there for Bolduc. Got a nice rebound inside, and Hamilton just couldn't find it as it rolled in. And the Trojans now have a 5-goal lead the first 11 minutes or so, and Bolduc with her second of the game. Trojans dominating right now, Cole.
It's interesting. Morgan Bolduc, their best player, also takes the face-offs. They like her to win those face-offs and then take it right down the field and try and shoot if she gets a good opportunity. A lot of times you'll have a specialist at that position, somebody that will take the face-off and then get out, FOGO as they call it, but not for TA's girls team.
And for the boys team, that's Cody Southwick.
Yep.
Really just a face-off only kind of guy. Here's a good shot there from the Trojans. The rebound chance from Littlefield. And she can't seem to get it in, but looks like she will just have Bonny Eagle take over. Almost doubled there by Amelia McAvoy, the senior defender for Bonny Eagle. Long throw there. Kept in by Emily Winslow. Big collision on the field. A couple of players fall down.
Yeah, TA's been physical whenever the Scots try and move it into their half of the field. Set the tone really well.
And it looks like Ayla Littlefield will pick up a yellow card and head to the penalty seat.
The penalty chair.
Yeah, not, usually there's a box or space to go. In boys lacrosse, you just kind of knee in a coned, in an area that's coned off. Girls lacrosse, you sit in a foldable chair. So Bonnie will get the advantage here for, you'd have to assume, is 2 minutes because of the yellow card. Too much contact there. Winslow, another chance at it.
Should get them like a nice couch to sit in. Comfortable seat when you're in the penalty.
The comfortable penalty couch.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Some blankets and a TV.
for the 2 minutes they're in there?
Yeah.
To enjoy it, to...
They can watch our broadcast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thorn Academy, I believe, has possession now, but the referee's calling over a player. Yeah, Thorn Academy has it now. Down in the offensive zone. Remember, Littlefield's still in the box, so playing on offense now. It's interesting play. Here's Benoit. Good cut move there by Benoit to relieve some pressure. Excuse me, this is Benoit. That was Hilton who originally had the ball. Now it's Benoit behind the net. Almost a drop there, and Benoit crosses the ankles of the defender. Hilton shut off the ground. Benoit just made a couple of quick moves, and that defender was on the ground.
What a juke move to get her defender to fall over.
We'll have to clip that.
Always love to see that.
After the game. What an interesting play there. Benoit back with it. Bulldog trying to get inside. Can get a shot off. Good defense by Bonny Eagle.
This just shows the skill of TA offensively. Even on a shorthanded attempt, they're still able to control possession for a long time. Operate through their offensive zone with good passes here.
Hilton to Benoit. 11:15 to go in the first half. Littlefield now back on the field. We're back to even strength. Bulldog shot lower left corner. And Bulldog has another hat trick on the season. She pretty much has a hat trick every game. And it's 6-0 Trojans.
They're going to take a timeout. Again, Morgan Bulldog's so dangerous when they can get her moving off the ball, running to her right in front of the net. Good timing on that pass, and she rips it right through for another goal. Trojans rolling.
We'll take the timeout as well. Be back on TATV.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
Back here on TATV, as the timeout is just about ending. 6-0 Trojans. An absolute dominant performance so far, and we are just about halfway through, maybe a little bit over halfway through the first half. Cole, what have you seen from the Trojans' offense so far in this game?
Just a great job controlling the time of possession. Bonny Eagle really hasn't gotten the ball deep into their zone yet, and it could have been a lot worse, believe it or not, even though TA up by 6 goals seems like a big margin, but Bonny Eagle's keeper has stopped quite a bit of shots. TA's just done a good job moving without the ball, doing what they're doing, taking care of business against a Bonny Eagle team that they're better than on paper.
Another face-off here. Bulldog wins another one, and she'll take it up quickly. Here's Benoit. Inside Littlefield. Great save there from Hamilton. Hamilton having a good game for Bonny Eagle despite the score.
Didn't get the goal, but quick passes there by TA's offense. Getting rid of the ball as fast as possible keeps the defense on their heels.
See a couple of substitutions in the last minute or so. Thorne trying to get as many players involved. Littlefield falls down, but was collision before she fell. It'll be Bonny Eagle possession. Bonny Eagle player taken down at midfield. So she'll take possession. At 8:30 tonight, Cole, we're going to have an interesting Celtics matchup, the first of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat.
Saw every game of that series is at 8:30.
Yeah, they're going a little bit later, but I'll still watch every minute. Here's a good chance now for Bonny Eagle inside, shoots and scores. First goal of the game for Bonny Eagle, an easy walk-in for Julia Ryan. And Bonny Eagle had remained scoreless up until this point. It's now 6-1.
They're trying to make it a game and hold off our Celtics talk a little bit. It's good. I won't have to talk about the Warriors getting eliminated if Bonny Eagle keeps scoring goals here.
Don't you worry, Cole. At some point, I will bring up the Warriors. I can't let you get away from it. And then we'll talk about it on Trojan Talk as well. want you to relish in their loss to the Lakers. Their face-off here between Ryan and Bolduc. Bolduc, another easy pickup. She dropped it there, but picks it up quickly now. Here's Benoit. Benoit spinning. Back over to Bolduc. Bolduc will run in by herself, but good defense. Bonny Eagle starting to figure out what Bolduc does to get around. Bolduc now having to find some passes. Bolduc swings it over. But the Trojans taking their time on offense. The 20-yard line. You see the players starting to move here. Ball still on the far side with Bolduc. Hilton tried cutting in. Now Littlefield. They're all trying to, everyone's moving almost in a circle around the net while Bolduc waits for an option. Didn't work. Bonny Eagle read that one well. Bolduc wrapping around the net quickly. She'll get around the defender. Underhand shot, and it's in. Hilton couldn't keep control of it, and Bolduc gets her fourth. It's now 7-1 Trojans.
Yeah, that was a real interesting play design there by Coach Agresti and Coach Davies. Everyone just running in a circle around the goal, and Morgan Bolduc with another great shot. Creative ways to get good looks for this offense.
Again, let us know where you're watching from on Facebook. Might be able to give you a shout out on air. Here's another face-off for Bolduc. Has played every minute of this game so far. Just under 8.5 to go. Bolduc yet again. Has it quickly. The pocket of her stick, and Bolduc now with some speed. She'll cut back. Here's Bussino, the shot. Hamilton makes another good save. Hamilton, again, we keep talking about it. She's, giving up 7 goals, but in reality, hasn't looked that way. She's done a great job in goal today.
Yeah, and it's the Bonny Eagle defense that hasn't been great. It hasn't been their goalie, who stopped well more than half the shots that TA's put on net.
Here's a pickup now for, it is Olivia Toppin. Toppin to Benoit. Benoit dropped it, picks it up, lost control of it. Now fighting for it. And still, no one seems to keep control of it. And finally picked up by Bonny Eagle. Trying to spin around. Here's Julia Ryan, the only goal scorer for Bonny Eagle today. Ryan trying to get inside. Good move by Ryan. Lost control of it. And Goff picks it up for the Trojans.
Swarming defense by TA. Not a ton of spacing by Bonny Eagle, which makes it tough offensively to try and get good looks. TA's been a much more aggressive team on both sides of the ball. Bonny Eagle just not looking confident when they get their chances.
Benoit to Hilton. Hilton lost control of it. Picks it back up. She gets hit hard up high as she tried to get through 2 defenders. And she'll get a free position attempt. Hilton has 1 goal today for the Trojans. Good save there from Hamilton. Sun inching behind the clouds. Lights still not on here at Hill Stadium. Still 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half. If you're just joining us, I'm Zach Tarenko alongside Cole Purvis and Troy Bolduc, bringing you girls lacrosse here on TATV. 7-1 Trojans right now. A nice lead over the Bonny Eagle Scots. Here's Bolduc. Nice long pass there to Hilton. Hilton couldn't control it, but no defenders in the area. Trojans have time to set up their offense. Yet again. Here's a chance now for Natalie Hilton. Back out to Bolduc. Bolduc will just swing it around. TA. No need to force anything. Here's Bussino now. Go around the outside. Shoots. And it's behind the net. First to it was Benoit. But as she tried to scoop it up, it went out of bounds, and Bonny Eagle will take over. So we have somebody watching from Saratoga Springs, New York. We also have someone asking what number is Ava. Having assumed that is Ava Libby. Listed as number 20 on the roster. Hopefully that helps. Bonny Eagle now on offense. Here's Zoe Layler. Layler back out to Grace Estes. On the ground. Can't seem to find it, and finally Benoit's able to pick it up. Benoit finds the pass. Here's Cook. Cook along through to Hilton, and now here come the Trojans on offense. Here's Hilton right up the middle. Lost control of it on the ground, and just easily scoops it back up. Back to Bolduc. Bolduc with it. Near the 20-yard line. Good move by Bolduc, but couldn't get through the Bonny Eagle defense. She'll step back and hand it off to Bussino. Now inside to Bolduc. Great pass. Bolduc. A great save there from Hamilton. Bolduc whipped that shot around. And Bonny Eagle keeps it at a 7-1 game. Here's Emily Gower. Bonny Eagle trying to get through TA's offense right now. They cross midfield. Melindy tried to poke the stick there. It's a good pass inside the Layler. Layler, the underhand shot is just wide of the left post. Out of bounds. First to it is the Trojans.
Good breakout by the Scots. He's got to put a little bit more velocity on these shots to try and get it past Jasmine Goff and goal. But a good job not turning it over there, getting a good look. So they build on for the second half.
It's a chance now. Just about the 2-minute mark. Bolduc gives it off. That's another shot. That one's wide. First to it is Melindy, so Melindy will pick it up and take it out behind the net. All around strong first half for the Trojans. Now swinging around is Benoit, underhand shot, sticked away there from Hamilton. Now picked up again by the Trojans.
Tell you what, they really have a good goalie. Just a great job of deflecting these shots away, getting a stick on it. A lot of heat on these shots for TA.
Great pass from Bolduc to the cutting Benoit, but she couldn't get a shot off. Bonny Eagle's defense has played solid here in the last few minutes, stopped the Trojans from a couple of goals. Benoit with the free position attempt. She'll take the shot quickly, underhand. That one's just wide. Hilton behind, now to Bolduc. 1:10 to go. Or 70 seconds if you're feeling like doing that math. Here's Bolduck. Good defense on Bolduck. She is fouled. And Bolduck will get the free position attempt now for the Trojans. 55.8 seconds to go in the first half. Bolduck scored right from this position earlier in the game, just right of the middle section. Bolduck now inside and got sticked from behind. Couldn't finish the shot off. And now Hamilton has it for the Bonny Eagle Scots. Now Layler. Now to Amelia McAvoy. McAvoy, good defense there from Benoit and Melindy. 30 seconds now. Ball's on the ground, rolling out of bounds. WTA possession, 24 seconds. And they can't seem to pick up the ball. So seconds are coming off the clock here. Melindy's going to have to get the ball off the field quickly, but a good defensive play. Here's Bolduck, 10 seconds. Long pass. Here's Bussino. Good move. Bussino lost control of it. Finds a pass inside. Is looking at Bolduck, 2 seconds. Hilton will hold. And that'll do it for the first half. The Trojans with a dominant first half performance. Didn't score in the last few minutes there, but they're all over the Scots right now. We'll take a break here for halftime on TATV, and we'll be back for some thoughts in the second half of action. here on TATV for the second half. Just about to get going here. I'm Zach Taranko alongside Cole Purvis and Troy Bolduck. It's 7-1 Trojans. Great first half, Cole. The Thornton team got out to a quick lead by 3 or 4 goals. Second part of that first half was a little bit slower. Both teams with some chances, but no real goals there in the last 5 to 7 minutes. What do you think of the first half?
Yeah, despite a solid first half by the Bonny Eagle goalie, TA able to keep their time of possession really, really high and just rip these shots right at the net, a lot from point-blank range. So if they keep doing that, they should be able to run away with this one and maybe have a better second half than they had first.
Trojans now going left to right in your screen. Bonny Eagle going right to left. Another 25-minute half here at Hill Stadium. Face-off won by Bonny Eagle. They're on their first offensive attempt here of the second half, but taken away by Bussino, and here comes the Trojans. Here is Bolduck. Here are the lights now at Hill Stadium. It is chilly up here. I bet you it's chilly on the field. Drop pass there. Benoit looking to pick it up. Benoit with a shot and scores. Benoit's first goal of the game and the first of the second half for the Trojans is 8-1.
Mr. Hersey is going to share the winning number.
The first 3 numbers are 970.
Hopefully some of you are still in the game.
266.
We have, I believe, one of Mr. Hersey's kids giving out the 50-50 number on the sideline. And looks like one of the students won. Not sure who that is.
Like it's Hunter Boudreau.
It's off one by the Trojans. Littlefield looked like she's about to go left again on the field, but ended up going the right direction. Here go the Trojans. Bolduck now inside. Good pass to Bussino. She gets the goal. She will get.
The winning 50-50 ticket was won by Hunter Boudreau.
The shot for Bussino. Another save there from Hamilton.
Academy of the Boys Lacrosse program has donated his $160 prize back to the program, back to the cause.
Nice there from Hunter Boudreau, donating all the money back that he won to the Barbara Bush Children's Hospital. At midfield, Bonny Eagle looking to pick it up. 23 minutes to go in this game. Still an 8-1 lead for the Trojans. Here's Bolduck. Now going behind the net. Bolduck has it now. Bolduck trying to cut inside. Good move, but good defense there from Bonny Eagle. It'll be another free position attempt for Bolduck, looking for her 5th goal of the game. That shot was wide. Bulldog with another chance at it. Runs in and scores. Far right corner. Bulldog came up limping a little bit there, but she scores her 5th goal. And it's now 9-0 Trojans. Excuse me, 9-1 Trojans.
Shout out to Zach doing the play-by-play and the tech.
Yes. No more Mr. Pulsifer. I'm just kidding. Pulsifer will be back with our broadcast soon. He does so many things. He's a teacher here. He helps us out on TATV. He coaches his son's little league. He's also a dorm parent.
Does the yearbook, which just came out the
Yes.
other day. Looks awesome.
He's also an astronaut. I'm just kidding. He's not an astronaut. But that would be cool, wouldn't it? Here's Bulldog with another face-off win.
And Morgan Bulldog, 5 goals, basically in her sleep. As you said, it's almost every game she has a hat trick.
It's turned there from Littlefield, but good defense from Bonny Eagle, but she gets back in again and scores. And it's now 10-1 Trojans.
The difference can be seen in just the heat and the velocity put on these shots by TA. Much stronger team offensively, more confident in their shots than Bonny Eagle.
21-19 to go. It's 10-1 Trojans. Cole, I think it's about time we start talking about the NBA. So let's first talk about your Warriors. Nice Game 5 win, but Game 6 in LA, you guys fall. What do you think about the Warriors season? I know we talked about this a little bit, but what do you think?
First off, I'm a little congested, so I apologize. But you can't win every year, and it was kind of almost like a down year. We were the 6th seed, 500 for a lot of the year. Of course, it started off with the Draymond Jordan Poole incident back before the season, which really just set a bad tone for the entire season. A lot of injuries throughout the year. Klay Thompson clearly out of his prime. And we were still able to make it into the 2nd round and got bounced by LeBron James. What are you going to do about it? It's not bad for a team that you could say had a down year. And ran into LeBron and the Lakers. They played great. But Warriors' run fell short. Still able to win in that 1st round and take the Lakers somewhat deep. So
Yeah, it was an interesting end there. I'm just surprised by how far the Lakers have gotten this year after their regular season performance.
And I mean, Steph is amazing. There really aren't many players on the planet.
You can't talk about the Warriors, Cole, without mentioning how good Steph Curry is.
Well, I mean, he is great. It's really.
Oh yeah.
It was Steph and DiVincenzo in that Game 6 that were the only guys that played well at all, and bad games from Klay and Draymond.
What happened to your favorite guy, Kevon Looney? You used to talk about him all the time last year when in the finals.
Oh, he had a good postseason against the Kings. He put on an offensive rebounding clinic, and I think it was Game 7 that he just took over the game almost at some points with his rebounding. He's still a beast. Still a very underrated player.
I think the Warriors are going to bring back everybody they had this year, hopefully.
Well, we definitely have to bring in some new guys. I would hope we'd get rid of Poole because he was not good this year. I hope we re-sign DiVincenzo. That's a big one.
There are 20 minutes to go.
But again, 4 rings. In the 4 rings since 2015. You can't really complain. 1 year we lose in the 2nd round. It's not a big deal. That was the first time in the Curry era, or Steve Kerr era, that they had lost a Western Conference series ever.
See, only if we were still in 2015, Cole, then you could talk about how great the Warriors are. But it's currently
Hey, we won in 2022.
It's currently 2023, and this is the year of the Celtics.
We'll be back. But the Celtics tonight, if the Celtics lose, this is the thing about Celtics fans. If the Celtics lose, it'll be the sky is falling. Tatum is horrible, even though we just put up 51 in Game 7. Celtics are a joke. They're terrible, but if they win, it'll be Celtics go up 1-0, and nobody blinks an eye.
You have no faith, Cole.
No, I'm just saying that's what Celtics fans do when they lose a game. Like the series when they lost Game 5. When when they lost Game 5, everyone was freaking out. And I said on Trojan Talk, I give them a 50% chance of winning Game 6 and 7, and they did that. So wait till the series is actually over before you start saying things about Tatum.
There's another goal for the Trojans.
And also, one thing about the Jokic Embiid thing, and this is coming from a guy that's completely neutral on this. I don't have a favorite between the two. But stop saying that, oh, Embiid didn't deserve the MVP because Jokic played better in the last 3 games of the postseason. It's a regular season award. Jokic is playing better in the postseason for sure, but that doesn't mean that he played better in the regular season because he's played well these last few games.
I would agree with that. I mean, I will say, though, Jokic had pretty much a triple-double in the first half last night. 19, 16, and 7.
He was unbelievable. And I've said this off air a couple times, but makes me feel better about the Warriors losing because the Nuggets really play as a team, and there was no way that we were beating Denver.
There's no way the Lakers are going to beat Denver either. Denver's pretty much going to walk in the park, in my opinion, to the
I hope not.
finals. Would you rather see the Celtics play the Lakers or Nuggets in the finals?
Nuggets, just because I'm not a LeBron guy. But Jokic is a force.
The Trojans on attack yet again. Now up by 10.
I could see the Lakers making it a series, though, for sure, if they make some adjustments. They put Hachimura on Jokic for a little bit last night, and that seemed to go pretty well for him. But if they stick with Anthony Davis on him the majority of the time, it's going to be tough for them to defend Jokic. And last night was just the Nuggets' night. I mean, I think it was the end of the third quarter, and Jokic just heaved up a shot in desperation.
Yes.
Ugly possession, and he just nailed it.
29-footer or something like that.
Right in AD's face.
Underhand shot from Boldyke is no good. But it's out of bounds, and TA will keep possession. All right, Cole. Give me your score prediction for tonight's game, Celtics Heat.
See, I don't like score predictions, especially in basketball. You're just throwing numbers out there.
No, well,
I think the Celtics win by 8 points.
8 points. But just give me a number. You might as well just give me a number.
125, 117.
All right. Troy, what about you? Cameraman, what?
I like it. I like goal prediction.
Okay. So
I'm never a big score prediction guy, especially in basketball, because you're just throwing random numbers out there. In football, it's a different thing, but not as much in basketball.
I have Boston dominating Game 1 by a score of 119 to 104.
But I will say, with the Miami Heat, nothing ever really goes according to form. Nothing ever goes, the way you expect it to. They always throw a wrench into something. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them steal Game 1. But definitely, worst case scenario for the Celtics is a split in these first 2 games.
I agree. If Boston doesn't take games 1 or 2, something terribly wrong happened. That ball ended up in the net. It looked like it was a good shot there that Hamilton couldn't hold on to. And it looks like goal was scored by, I believe, Layla True.
Looks like it.
Or Olivia Soroyce. Both are freshmen, but can't see the number from up here. Either way, it is 12-1 now, Trojans. Just about at running time here. It's 12 goals for running time. Oh, maybe it's 11 for girls, because the clock seems to be running now. Boldyke gets a break on the bench. At this point, can't really call the game with 14 minutes left, but at the score with an 11 goal lead and how the Trojans have been playing, you have to assume this is win number 7 on the season. Still a few more games left, 14 games in total, and then playoffs. And TA should be in the top 5 or 6 for playoffs. Same for the boys team. Boys team actually has more losses than the girls, which is something that seems a little bit interesting, but again, 2 losses to Cape, and then 1 to Falmouth, and then 1 to South Portland, so you have to remember that the boys team had that tough schedule. In the first couple weeks, they had pretty much 3 of their toughest opponents in the first 4 games.
If you're the boys, you just want to get in a position where you get to avoid Cape until the state championship, because Cape has had their way with TA a couple times. Of course, you don't want to look past Falmouth or South Portland either, but Cape is really the best team this year.
At the rate they're playing at now, currently 6-4. They have 4 games left. Should end up 10-4. Right around middle of the pack. Good move inside by Littlefield. Shoots and she scores. That's Littlefield's third. She completes the hat trick. It's now 13-1. The Trojans continue to pull away from the Scots. Now under 13 to go in the game.
Zach, what about the Stanley Cup Finals? What's your prediction on that right now? As we're about to
I don't watch that right now.
head into the conference finals.
No, I cannot.
Get a little breakup with hockey.
Yep, I just can't. The Bruins lost. It's a total meltdown. Not, but in all seriousness, Dallas and Vegas is going to be a great series. Both are good offensive teams. I don't care for Florida or Carolina. I'd have to assume Carolina beats Florida just because how they're playing right now. So I'd have to say probably Dallas and Carolina is my Stanley Cup final prediction. Possibly, I mean, it could be Vegas, Carolina. It's really a toss-up in the West. I would like to see Dallas win. I think they have a great team and they deserve to win. A couple of guys on that team like Joe Pavelski, who I think should win a ring.
So you would know this better than I would, but considering the Panthers had to play the Bruins in the first round, they probably had one of the lowest odds to win the Stanley Cup, and with the way they're playing, they could get there and possibly win.
They could. They've turned something on. I mean, they've definitely found something in the playoffs, and I think beating Boston, as there's a good shot and goal scored by Olivia Soroyce. A goal there for the Trojans, just now 14-1. But they definitely turned something on, and you play with a lot of confidence after beating a team like Boston. Definitely been a great second round, and I mean, I don't even blame that. I don't even blame Toronto there that much. Toronto got out of the first round for the first time in 21 years this year, and then pretty much just imploded on themselves in the second round, which is just...
Been there before. Lights were too bright.
Yeah. Time on the field, we'll keep it here. I don't love the Maple Leafs at all. I'm a Bruins guy, so whenever I can be against them, I'm against them. But you got to feel for them. I mean, it takes them 21 years to get out of the and they're pretty much in the playoffs almost every year out of those 21 years. They can't get out of the first round, and they finally do, and then they don't even look like a playoff team in the second round. I mean, it's got to be heartbreaking. They have a lot of cap issues coming up with 3 players over $10 million, which for the NHL is a big deal. When you look at the NBA, 3 players over $10 million is like pretty much everybody on the team. But it was an interesting Stanley Cup final. I probably won't watch a game until this Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final, or like a chance for someone to win. But you know what I'm watching tonight? Boston Celtics, as they crush the Heat. Like I said, I think it's going to be between a 15 and 25 point victory. Boston destroys them, especially with Rob Williams starting tonight. I think it'll be a good starting lineup.
I think in a lot of Celtics series, you'll have blowouts on either side. You'll have the Celtics come out and shoot the lights out one night, and then another night they'll lose by 20 plus. I think that series could be the case in this series. Just a team that lives and dies by the 3, and if their role players are shooting the 3 well, of course, if Tatum's lighting it up like he was in Game 7, they could win by 30 tonight.
So are you rooting for the Celtics, Cole?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Wow, Cole. You can't even support the
But
Celtics.
I will say, and I was saying this the other day, my top 3 least favorite teams in sports, I would say, are probably the Yankees, Lakers, and Celtics. So if those 2 teams
What?
met the finals, I would have a rough time with that one.
How can
So
you hate the Celtics if you're a Warriors fan?
I just do. I just don't like their fan base. I hate Grant Williams. Hopefully he's not watching our broadcast right now. If he was, that would be pretty cool. But
I'm not sure why Great Williams will be watching Maine girls lacrosse on a Wednesday night, but
Derek White,
especially with a game in about 30 minutes. But
they just whine.
Cole, everybody whines. It's the NBA. I mean,
Especially
it
the
is.
Celtics, though. Especially the Celtics.
But how can you say especially the Celtics if everybody whines? Everybody complains to the referees. The referees have an impact on every game. It's not just the Celtics.
I think the Celtics take it to another level. I don't know. I can't explain why I don't like them. I just really don't.
So do you want? So if you're not rooting for the Celtics, are you rooting for the Nuggets? I'm assuming, or the
Heat, a Heat Nuggets final, I would be so happy.
I hope you know what? I hope it's the Lakers Celtics just to spite you. I hope it's
But
LeBron.
but here's the thing. I would be devastated if that was the finals. But I might slightly want the Celtics to win just because I don't think LeBron is the GOAT, even if he wins another ring or two. And if LeBron gets to that 5th ring, the conversation is going to get a lot louder. And I'm a big Michael Jordan guy, so.
You're a big. Okay. All right.
You know, the Celtics, I mean, they should be winning a ring. They have all the talent in the world. They have 2 superstars. They have a supporting cast that's very, very strong, one of the best in the NBA. They should be winning the finals. Anything else is kind of a disappointment for them. So if they get 1 ring, then, I mean, it's going to happen.
I hope the Celtics restart this dynasty and the Warriors rebuild, and that would just be so fun to watch the Celtics just go on this long run like the Warriors did in the mid 2010s, while the Warriors just rebuild. They break it all down and just restart.
But we have the cornerstone in Steph Curry, and I don't think Tatum is quite as generational as Curry is.
How many more years do you think Curry has? 5?
Well, that's a tough question because how many more prime years? I would say 2 or 3 before he starts to show a noticeable decline. But yeah, he can probably play until he's close to 40.
You think it'd be similar to Thompson, where Thompson last few years has just been?
No. I mean, Clay's had several major knee injuries, and is also just not the same as Steph Curry.
Minutes to go. Bonny Eagle on attack. Still 14-1. There's a good pass inside. Layler can't hold on to it. Now TA will take away. Cool. I saw something the other day. There was a picture. A fan had taken a picture with Kevin Durant, and I believe it was Cancun, Mexico, just 14 hours after the Suns had lost.
Yeah. See, I would feel like if I were a professional athlete, I would not go to Cancun just because of the jokes. I would go somewhere else. I would still go to another warm weather spot, but specifically Cancun, that's where all the jokes are. I wouldn't go there.
What do you think about him being there less than a day after? Pretty much almost 12 hours after the loss.
Yeah, he's got a private jet, I'm sure. Can scoot down to Cancun, get in the warm weather. I mean, it's still hot in Phoenix, but yeah.
It's more of a dry hot down there.
Yeah, the Suns were never going to be that team that was going to make a deep run, though. Just not enough time to get Durant integrated into the system. It's looking less and less likely that Chris Paul is going to win a ring in his career.
I think Chris Paul's someone that deserves to win a ring.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be unhappy to see him win
He gets
one.
a little bit too much hate, I think.
Yeah. He's the Joe Pavelski of the NHL. Been in the league so long, been on multiple teams. He's always been a good player. Never been a superstar, but always been a really, really good player. But just can't seem to figure it out. The chance now for Layla and Bonny Eagle. Work inside, she's fouled. There'll be a free position attempt. Actually, no. Yeah, it will be. It's chilly up here in the press box. 7 minutes to go. Couple of subs here for Thorn Academy. Look at this, Cole. We have the Celtics right now are projected to win.
Isn't it a 97% chance or something
Yeah.
that they would win the series?
But
But remember last year, ESPN gave the Warriors only a 14% chance to win the NBA Finals, and we did.
you see this, though. Boston's projected to win tonight by 11.3 points at the BPI projection.
Who cares about that?
The
Those are just random numbers that
What? Those are not random numbers.
I don't believe in the whatever formula they have.
The
Just
indexes.
like projections in fantasy football. Guys projected for 11 points. He could have 21 one week and then have 6 the next week. They don't mean anything. It's just kind of a consensus number that they throw out there.
No Victor Oladipo, no Tyler Hero, and no Gallinari, but we kind of knew that already. Miami missing 2 crucial pieces. Although they pretty much have gone the entire playoffs without Tyler Hero.
Gonna need Bam Adebayo to have a big impact in the paint, and then Kyle Lowry. They've got some reliable role players. Kyle Lowry, been around for a long time. If he could be one of the second scorers next to Jimmy Butler, they could have a chance.
I think this game will really set whether or not we're looking at Boston versus Miami, or if we're looking at Jimmy Butler versus Jason Tatum. You know, are we going to see the two of them go and try to drop 30 or 40 points or more every night against each other? Just go back and forth, or will it be Boston in a team game?
And it's hard to see how Miami has any chance without Jimmy putting up a big game or two, but exactly how many big explosions does he need to go for? Is it 2 games? Is it 3 games? Is it every time they win he needs to put up 40 plus? See if the Heat can get some wins with their other guys having big contributions on both sides of the ball.
We're going to have like a TATV live stream watch party if the Celtics make the finals. We're going to have to all get together and do a live stream like Barstool does. The question is, which one of us is going to be? Is going to be like Big Cat and just complain the whole game? And which one of us is going to be the guy that just yells about the game the whole time? It's a chance now for Melindi for the Trojans, trying to get inside.
See, who wouldn't want to watch the 8-seeded Miami Heat go up against the Joker in the finals? That's a great matchup.
I want to watch Lakers versus Celtics. It's 17 rings versus 17 rings. Who doesn't want to watch that? I would want to watch Nuggets Celtics. Nobody wants to watch the Heat, Cole. Yeah. Nobody wants to watch the Heat in the finals. It's boring. Like I think we talked about this before, is that the best type of championships are championships that have storylines. Lakers Celtics has a huge storyline. The Nuggets Celtics has a decent one, but Nuggets Heat, what's the only other one that would make sense with the Heat is Lakers Heat, which is
it would be a great
the bubble
matchup
rematch.
between 2 of the best players in the NBA, Jimmy Butler and Nikola Jokic.
What about Tatum versus Jokic?
I just don't like the teams. That would be a flop fest. They would have Scott Foster reffing the games. He'd be.
See, now you're just being pessimistic, Cole, because you're so upset that the Warriors are out and the Celtics are in, and they're going to win a championship.
I can't be that mad when we won 4 rings. And in an off year, still made it to the second round.
I just don't get why you don't like the Celtics. Like, why do you dislike the Celtics?
I just don't. It's a combination of their fans, and they have a lot of individual
So
players.
you're saying you don't like Troy
Not
and I?
you guys specifically, but like I was describing earlier, just the whole kind of freak out nature of them. They have one bad game, and you got talk radio talking about how they're a failure.
Well,
and
yes. I mean, like Felger and Maz and WEEI, you can't. Those guys go crazy, but that's their job is to just be crazy, because like.
It's just the combination of the floppers and the complainers on their team. But when you have Marcus Smart and Grant Williams, and a sneaky one is Derek White. A lot of people like to think of Derek White as more of a quiet, reserved guy, but he can get pretty whiny sometimes. And it's a combination of guys like that. Don't forget about Tatum. Tatum can be a little bit annoying as well.
This is blasphemy. I can't even listen to this anymore. Says the guy who has Jordan Poole on his team, man.
No, I don't like Jordan. I'll completely admit that Jordan Poole is not good.
It's a goal there by Bonny Eagle. Just under 90 seconds to go. 14-2 now.
They're just a very dramatic team. I'm making everybody up here mad.
We've got a little bit of a crowd here that's just starting to get angry at Cole.
Started something.
Down to 42 seconds.
I mean, even if the Celtics win the title this year, you can't stack them up against the Warriors in the past 8 seasons. You just can't. You won 1 title compared to our 4. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, Cole.
That's if you win the title this year.
Cole, it is 2023 and the Warriors are no longer in the playoffs. That's all I want you to think about, all right? That's all I want you to think about. You had a super team, and that was just unfair. But anyways, down to 10 seconds now. Trojans with a 14-2 lead, and that is just about going to do it. We'll see if they get one more shot off, and they will hold for the end, and that'll do it. So the Trojans with a nice 12-goal lead, a dominant performance. Any last thoughts, Cole, before we wrap it up?
Just taking care of business against Bonny Eagle. A great game offensively. Morgan Bolduc doing what she does with 5 goals. Then a hat trick for Ayla Littlefield. Great game all around for the Trojans. We'll see if they can keep it going as the playoffs nears, getting towards the end of the regular season. Should be exciting.
Well, that's going to do it here from Hill Stadium. Again, a 14-2 win for the Trojans. They move to 7-3 on the season. Bonny Eagle falls to 2-8. But thank you all for watching this girls lacrosse broadcast. We will see you all soon for some more spring sports here on TATV. Have a good night.